we'll find out later, but when I was doing like recordings of and stuff, in lieu of having the PlayStation clip set up, I needed this to... My live Xbox controller. Everything's a bit scuffed at the moment, so sorry if you hear this over the microphone, but kind of can't be helped. The only shame of it is, yeah, for the new iPad, the iPad Pro's adapter for HDMI is very touchy. It's very iffy because it's a big fat dongly thing, so I need to like move it over there and keep it completely still so it doesn't keep accidentally disconnecting. Because this is what you pay for with these fucking things. Alright, what do we got? Also, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Graphics high, yeah, sure. But do you hear that? Controller flick dodge. Absolutely not. This is a controller, goddammit. I mean, I may want that, who knows, but for now, let's say no. Yes, welcome to World of Demons. This is Platinum's Apple Arcade exclusive game that they released in like 2018, 2019, something like that. They just released it in and around all the other things completely, like a lot of Apple Arcade stuff is completely silently. And they are not releasing it on anything else, and apparently have just abandoned plans to update it, as they shifted all development attention to, I guess, both Bayo 3, or I guess all three of Bayo 3, Project GG, and the now effectively dead on arrival Babylon's Fall. So let's see the one that got away. Like a long neck. I mean, like just even the outlines of just the character model, or the yellow one we saw when it was playing this intro earlier. It is a very Okami style look, isn't it? Largely according to legend, this is pretty much lifted straight from legend, except for the whole worked-in piece of yokai thing. Then someone began killing the guardians. No one can ever just kill demons properly. Olimaru. Not wrong. Oni circle. Yeah. Thanks, Girls Frontline. I should have turned off its notifications as well. Oh, this is very Okami. move. Attack is A. R2 is the R2. This is an Xbox controller. Wait, what? Hang on. R2. A and R2. You like mix controllers together somehow. Okay, that's curious. It's just the samurai attack. Ooh. Okay, so you time your dodge right, you do a dramatic slash. And also, I will note a good sign. You can hit the dodge in the middle of your attack and just dodge. Although I was kind of rubbing against an invisible wall there, much like the arena barriers in like Okami fights. Nifty. Alright. The lock-on doesn't keep the camera on it exactly, like it lets it freely go off screen. But that's not so bad. Ah, there we go. Dodge into attacks repeatedly until their hitbox triggers and then just get them. Neat.
負ける気がしねえな。
Buddies. Okay, see some of them, like, I guess that must be what X, Y, and B are for then. They'll be like summon buddies. Oh, I hope that didn't cause a problem. I just bumped the mice. Give me a sec. Did it? Did it cause a problem? Doesn't seem like it. Be revealed. Okay, so they get fancier the more they're worth. No. That's another thing I noticed actually. At least the iPad main screens and like UI and stuff like that actually does also respond to the controller, which you might be like, well, yeah, why wouldn't it? But you know, I did play Punisher and Grey Raven, and on top of all the, you know, not letting me use the controller in the you know, like the entire first several chapters of this game that boast of controller support, it also, you know, didn't let me use the controller in the interface either. Even Honkai Impact had a little mouse cursor thing you moved along with the analog stick on PC. Whatever. The Child of Hell. Recommended level 1. Yokai deck. Samurai 2, so we get other playable characters, that's neat. Man, this just makes me wish like they'd fucking like vanilla or port Muramasa to something else already.
血生臭えな。ここなら鬼が出てもおかしくないぜ。
Okay, I guess that must mean like if you don't see 100%, you missed a secret fight as well. Let's have those cucumbers. Okay, no, he did it last time. Combo. There we go.
Ah.
Alright, stay down. He runs more like a ninja. I know, it's a straight line. I'm just looking to see if there's any little stuff about it. Bit awkward making it X and B is the one you have to hold down for it. Yeah, that's I figured these are workable. Will let me run into the chest first. It will. Here you go. That's not what I wanted to do. Yep. Even getting hit is still an ass wrong. I guess there's no, it doesn't care about like no hit bonuses or anything. It might at the levels end, which would be more fiendish, but I guess we'll find out. Trying to do it. But these two buttons are a bit awkward to have to get. Oh, that just ended it. There is that detail at least. You need It's a bit of nuance I like with Platinum scoring systems at least, and it's also in Devil May Cry actually. Well, was it in 5? I'm pretty sure it was in 5. But it's the thing of basically like ending the fight as fast as possible might actually get you a worse score, because you also need to build up, you know, other scoring factors like hits and combos and all that. It's a nice bit of nuance. Pots. The thing that kind of throws me is it's simple so far, sure, but it's not so simple that you couldn't put this out for a little bit of money. Well, even just a Switch or something, like a lot of Apple Arcade games do. But, like a chunk of their lineup I've seen on everything. You know, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, mainly Switch and PC. But it is just like, there's no good reason why, like, especially one where you put all this work into like getting the ink brush style and getting like a very Okami style, like traditional Japanese art ink brush look, to like just leave this on Apple Arcade unless they paid you, they got you into one hell of an exclusivity contract. Oh, you got it, really? Alright, dodge it wrong. It is a fair enough. I get that a lot.
Ah.
This is a wee bit of a nuisance though, like, you don't need to show me it after every single fight, like I got it. You need a super, I guess. Yep. It's a very developer note sort of thing, like a very designer's note thing, the sort of thing they put in like a design doc. This exists to prevent player progression. Wrong one. I would guess that's the evil mist. So just rub your face against walls of the stage and probably beat certain fights. Or whatever, and then you get to the special one. Ah, cat burger. Oop, didn't see that. Ah, for good shit. I'm amazed it didn't flash another complete at me for that one. Keep it in B to dodge. What's that called? Circle wasn't dodge. Strangers of Paradise. Or just thing about this right now. I wasn't jumping out either. I don't know where that's coming from. I just hitting it. Kind of on instinct. This one could be better. It really shouldn't be like XM, I think. Or could this be as simple as if your thing lines up, you hold the button instead, or you just use different buttons, you know? Also valid. Okay, so if the enemy gets launched, he will just follow them into the area. You don't have to active jump in, so that's good. Oh, is that your camera? I think that was your camera. Ooh, Snoopy Devils. You didn't mention that one. Let's see that if I get hit again. If I hit A right as I hit the ground, will he spring back up? And if he does, then that means they put Ukemi into this, which is neat. I just haven't mentioned it yet. Putting that right next to that big giant one is a bit... I'm pretty sure that must be a Orochi. More button mashing. Oh, I see. Okay. You can aim him in whatever direction it goes. I think there might be like an elemental thing going on there. The colors would make me believe so. It seems like it's just tons of damage. I thought it was like just doing a wee spin and then tumble over.
Nah.
What business do you have with him? Probably in the pit. Okay, that's it. I didn't get hit the spell. Okay, so they will attack you. I don't just like wait for you to happen. They will attack you if you're not screaming. It's a bit annoying for these weak waves. Damage. Is damage? I'm doing or damage I'm taking? In which case that might be the no hits thing. But yeah, I got my fucking shit beat in there. What's this? Hello, Hammer. Welcome. Let me know if there's like any problems like volume or anything. Things are well. It's been a while, hasn't it? most recently, I've basically only been on like Chris's Battle Royale streams, which are in the dead of night for us because of fucking schedules. But I finally, well, it's not done yet. I haven't adjusted this table to see if it's any better with legs, but for the most part, I have a floor and a room again. I've got a carpet. I've got everything mostly back in order, the new table attempt aside. And I've got the new iPad going. Yeah, no, I figured. That's partly why I haven't like tried streaming my end of them either. It's kind of like it's so late. It's like nah, we're in a family aren't about. Well, usually a family was about for the last one. He was just up into the dead of night, as he sometimes is wont to do. Yeah, I can finally exist again. Things have finally settled. Still need to wrestle the ISP for the second broadband line, so that fight needs to go. Tables are not the new problem, but it's a simple problem. It's just finding a table that meets my height. Oh, that goes for it. Fast with that. Give me your ice bear. I hit the okay, interesting. That one's a button mash one. There's a fucking price. Seems a bit low compared to the Noah's. I'll turn it down after this. Just dodging early is better than trying for a perfect dodge if I can help it, just so I don't get hit as much. Yep. Let's turn it down to 10 decibels. Hopefully that'll do. Yeah, been a good while. Let's check. I might change where chat's position is on the screen, actually. Give me a sec. The size of that I'll have to think with as we go. Because I got rid of the Streamlabs one because, you know, the whole reveal at Streamlabs has just been religiously stealing everything from OES and other people. Just constantly, and we're just basically a giant pack of cunts. And that all happened shortly before all my shit got shut down, so here we are. And, this seems to do. That was like middle of summer last year, maybe a bit before that, I forget. But it was like around the time like I ended up stopping streaming just because I had everything torn down for the longest goddamn wait.
Nah. おいおい
Shooting Hooji? Leona.
なんだ
I don't know, whatever. I like the sound of mirrors from hell. The ceiling, the usual store, WarioWare and Bravely Default too. Hey, Tofu Boy. Which ones have you got to then? Have you played WarioWare or you played Bravely Default? Thank you, Tofu Boy.
Nanda?
This is gonna be our boss for the evening, then. Yep.
Oi.
Doing the weekly Wario Cups now. Oh yeah, I remember those. That was one criticism I was suggesting he might do, like, as a recurring stream, but fell by the wayside because of other plans. 15 hours into Real Default too. I kinda wanna play that one again. So, like, at some point wasn't it a goofed up the team building? At some point I just like locked into a certain team build and just kinda made it work, and I feel like I should have explored it more. Because it does it's a different balance compared to the other games when it comes to stuff like blocking and was it blocking or was it multi-hits? It was like some like central mechanic behaved very differently from the other two games. And then they didn't take enough advantage of it, I don't think, so I had some trouble. It's funny seeing this being a boss because the Nureona is like a recurring regular enemy in Neo 2 in specific. It does do a lot of things very well, I think. Like, it has some interesting nuances that make the like Brave and Default system like snappier. Well, screws over me just too much. you do kind of need to be like fairly tanky for most of the game because they hurt. Like, bosses fucking hurt. Counters, was it? Yeah, that was it. I think counters was it. It was like either multi-hits or blocking or counters. Might have been counters where like you can also set yourself up to basically do most of your damage through counters if you know what you're doing, and bosses will counter a lot of shit. Great yokai. Weasels. You're like, no. Right. Monk has been MVP. Get 11. This is ridiculous. I didn't know that actually. I didn't realize the fists aren't a weapon category, so can never can just not have counters or resistances triggered sometimes. That's nuts. I need to remember that if I whenever I go back to Bravely Default 2, if I do. I never realized that. That's kind of wild because like a thing I have in a lot of these games is like sure like fist jobs or like monk and all would be pretty strong, but like it'll always feel a bit lacking in some way because it'll be like, oh, it's meant to do a lot of damage through rapid, like, you know, attacking rapidly, but you can't build enough speed to make it useful or whatever. So that one is actually very like, ooh, should consider that. Whoop. And we're probably gonna kill her before, unless the stun gauge is the white one. Yeah, stun gauge is the white one. Snake husband. Yeah, it's a nice touch on Red Mage. There's a lot of nice touch, like Bravely Default 2 especially. I was like, oh, not a lot of nice twists. I think it was Bravely no, was it Bravely second? There was one of them that had like a rad twist on Blue Mage. I think it might have been actually the first one, which had, I think, Vampire was the Blue Mage class. It was like these games do a lot of like fun twists with like old classes after they get out of like the initial basic set of, you know, like Knight, Black Mage, White Mage, and start getting more esoteric ones that do some fun stuff. Say love is blind. Like, don't judge. Sass. Sass. That was the Catmancer, the Necromancer. I was remembering that. Oh, they saw it. Ooh. Imagine not to unlock. Maybe there are other characters in Git. Maybe they like if this guy can't use them because, you know, it's all just swords with him. Maybe we get someone who'll have it. Because there is like a slot for a character, Samurai too. Yay. No translation for that one, but we can see what that means. Foggy Cove. Subquest. Oh yeah, look at them. The one on the right looks like they use spears, so they'll probably have the Naginata. One on the back is a dude or whatever, a big hammer. One on the left is probably a mage then, like an Omyoto mage. Naginata? Like, it could be Naginata, actually. It's probably more accurate the Japanese say Naginata. I'm just saying Naginata. Hello, Mamley. You're probably right, it's the hard G. Yeah, weapon first. I guess might as well just focus on that one then. They're pricey, we'll sit on them for a bit. He's already been exchanged. Spoilers, oh. Okay. Other. Keep these two for now. Swap swords. There. Okay, they'll have like different specials, I guess? Yeah. So I don't see why we wouldn't use that one. Yeah, Rune Factory 5 came out. I've been meaning to, you know, finally get to those, because, well, in part because I can. I haven't taken them all out, so I haven't sorted, like, storage options in the room yet. But the big box of games is over there, so I can access it again, among others. Okay, well I can't access the difficulty button after all. But I can finally play backlog stuff again. Non-digital backlog stuff again, among other things, so shenanigans gonna occur again. I am actually going to quickly go to the toilet though. So, back in a minute. And how are you, Emily? Been a little bit since we played, Final Fantasy 14. Something up with that. I'm certain that since I updated the graphics cards, fucking drivers, it's made like all the coloring on the screen odd. It doesn't seem as bright as it was. I need to like fuck with that. Non-stop for the live course. That's right, yeah, Corona. Ugh, Jesus. I hope the live course goes well in particular, just because, oh, you must be close to the finish line by now. God willing. Use Kappa 3 times. Right. Yeah, there we go. Lightning and poison hate each other, and then fire beats wind beats ice beats fire. Okay. I think our first two swords, or all of our swords are fire. Fuck it. At least all our first three swords are fire. Oh, good joke. I keep forgetting it's not B. I don't know why I keep thinking it's B. It's R right trigger. Dodge. Oh, this is a very capital. I don't know why he just flapped over. That's a fire one. I do wish we had like an aerial drop. I'm just put my dog down, they're getting really heavy and I can't hold him and shoot him at the same time. Jesus. Oh. That is good. It's dark, yeah, but good. Elemental unity. Acquirable weapons. 2 fire swords and an ice sword. Is it like random drop? Is that where the mobile game aspect of it came in? I do remember hearing this was like put together out of what was originally intended to be like, you know, a gacha or other regular mobile game. It is a roller coaster. It's like, oh, and oh. Didn't actually pay attention to the missions in this one. Damn you the hell. That was cool. Oh, that one just goes away. Cheeky burger didn't launch it. It's an umbrella, that makes sense. That triggered the perfect dodge kind of from a mile away. Seen Wheelman yokai before and anything, it's neat. Yeah, it's just wheels that have like monks' faces specifically, and sometimes it's people's faces on them. They are a recurring enemy in Neo 1 and 2, within Neo games in particular, where they are basically bone wheels, but also on fire or with other elements, so, you know, welcome to the nightmare. This is the thing where, like, on the recordings I did for the games, like of Elden Ring and stuff, they were so fucking quiet I couldn't hear anything, so I turned it up a bit. So I guess that just means I'm also extremely quiet, but I don't know how to increase my volume. at all, so we'll turn it down to this, and hopefully that will do. And if not, maybe it's time to get a mic that's just stapled to my face. I don't know. One of those fancy lavalier things I can just like hang off of my shirt over my tit. You can just hear me talk from up close, and I'll hear my spitting and. Oh well, fuck. Use a frost. Well, I don't have a frost weapon. Go to hell. Okay, that was a lot of side quests in this. 180 seconds or less, but also use 5 arts and 28 combo. Yeah, it was already then, but yeah. Elden Ring is incredibly good in a lot of ways. Like, makes a lot of notable and distinct changes to the series, the standards. Partly because it merges together, the Souls games with Bloodborne and Sekiro. Like, it legitimately does just merge the three of them together. I forgot to keep trying for Cammy if that's right. It is that though, yeah, like, are you stuck anywhere? Like, literally anywhere? Fuck it, just go. You can just go off and, like, explore elsewhere, get stronger elsewhere, and come back. Stuff will just stay where it is. Even NPCs will just stay where they are. Very few of them actually, like, progress or move or some of them will progress and move depending if you beat certain, like, major bosses and stuff, but even then, like, you're not, like, locked out of their storyline. You can pick it up later, or they have, like, multiple jumping on points. Some things like that. There are some that are that good. Ooh. One in particular, if you haven't seen it yet, I will not name it, so the name gives it away, is so good it basically can't either solo bosses or will just make bosses that you have, like, you struggle with completely and can't even get to half health can just become completely casual affairs with it. That one actually got nerfed in like the first patches. The copy one, yeah, it's the mimic tier, which is just, it's you. It's literally just you but with way more HP. Like, it's just you but way more HP, and they reduce it so it's not just you with way more HP, and it can't heal itself once anymore to try and balance it out. All I'm gonna say is there's a specific boss I used it in, and I could have gotten it without using it after, like, you know, another fucking 50 attempts probably, because it has the single most evil gimmick of any of these bosses of any in the series. But it's not like a bastard trait where it's like, oh, these hitboxes suck or anything. It's a perfectly, like, extremely fightable boss. It just has a twist that's just an absolute nightmare. Where it's like, no, I just need 2 of me to beat this thing into the dirt as fast as possible. It makes it sound like a proper open world games that many people have always been asked for. Yes, it is. It is exactly that. There's no quest markers. There is an NPC tracker now. Apparently that was actually intended to be in the game at launch, but just wasn't. Because people found it dummied out in code in one of the early patches. Like, I think the first big patch, which was like 2 weeks after launch, just stuck it in there. But there's no quest markers. There's no, there's no waypoint markers. beyond those that you place yourself on the map, you can place big beacons wherever you want. You can see them from across the entire game world. You can put, like, you know, a set of markers down, and you'll see them appear on your little compass wheel as you get close to them or whatever. Literally, like, instead, has like a particular advantage of it actually is because it is an RPG. Like, the Souls games are all pretty, you know, pretty deep RPGs. Like, their combat mechanics are fairly simple, but you know, the balance of mechanics and all that can get quite complex. It means that all the little dungeons and stuff all over the world actually have stuff to find and do. Like, hunting out new boss fights is its own reward. Little dungeons that have, like, you know, special tricks to them are their own rewards, and then you get to the end and you get, like, new summons, new weapons, new spells. It's not just more health. Even though that's exactly cherished, it's not just, you know, more flask upgrades, which are also deeply cherished. Like, it is just like, you know, you'll go in, you'll get to the end, you'll kill this fucking thing, you'll get, like, a weird weapon. Maybe you'll use it, maybe you won't, I don't know. Like, but it's there, you can do it. You just amass a like a big store of treasured weapons. As the Lucerne, my beloved. Like, it is, in my opinion, like, the absolute peak of open world games as a genre. Like, this is it. This is the top. Because it has a big, sizable world that just keeps tricking you with how big it is. Because every time you get to a new zone, the map actually zooms out a bit more to show you more of the world map. So it keeps expanding. Without explicitly showing you it expanding. You just have to kind of notice that. And it's like, oh, fuck. There's dungeons everywhere. You can do as much of it or as little as you want. There is a very specific like core path you can just follow. Like, there's like a string of like 10 or around 10 bosses you can just run through to get to the end of the story. Good luck pulling that off in a row though, because oh fuck, they start hard and they keep jumping up. Like all the required ones anyway. Yeah, stuff like it's nuts and it's beautiful to see. It's one of these giant open world games you can explore to your heart's content, but it also has the actual content to back it up. Like, the most steamy it gets in the vein of like Breath of the Wild shrines are like the catacomb dungeons, which all, you know, they're very clearly like made out of the same set of rooms. But they have enough gimmicks going on and aren't all just solve this puzzle that, you know, they feel like very little dungeons by themselves, and they're also, you know, short and punchy, and there's not a lot of the catacombs ones in specific. Basically, it is just like, if Breath of the Wild 2 in specific isn't just like spending its overlong dev time from Breath of the Wild 1 making lots of fresh original content and stuff to do for all of its little like nooks and crannies, that game is fucked. It is just boned. It is boned out of the gate. Like, it just hasn't the hope in hell. Like, it'll probably still be perfectly fine, but it is just kind of like, no, you can't just do the same thing again. It can't just be shrines again. It can't just be basic upgrades again. Like, no, you need to have like stuff to find, stuff to do. You need to have people to follow, like things that will change in the world because of your actions. You need to have a whole lot of shit to do and find and be mystified by. I need to be able to walk into a corner of a map and get jumped by a fucking nightmare from beyond the stars descending upon my head because I happen to walk through a certain zone at night. Or you're hopeless. Like, 'cause that's something I've always wanted out of like a big open world game. Is one that will just drop nightmares upon my head and terrify the shit out of me for just wandering around. Oops, that's not just a cast one. But yeah, like, hey, permanent versions of weapons, that would be a good one. You have like a permanent one around, like, that you can go dig out, like stuff like that. Forgot the CM button. There's it, yeah, a good version of the top from Twilight Princess would be fun to have in Breath of the Wild. Imagine just using it, it doesn't just run out after like 3 minutes, it just keeps going and that's your like your vehicle around the world. That'd be fun. Ah, you're making me imagine like... Oh, I think I've been in this mission too long. Oh well. Fuck it, I don't care. The dungeon. The booty. Yeah. Flying around hard, that's it. That's the only thing I feel, because the other one use axial priors and have done that. And the other ones use a fire weapon, and I'm using a fire weapon. But yeah, that would be nuts. Like a one that just has like, maybe not all, but like at least as many items from like the past games as possible. Throw all of them in, and then just let you use them to figure your way out through puzzles in the world and shit. That would be insane. That would be hard as hell to develop, but that would be insane. What would the Caracasa think of ghost peppers? I'm trying to trace if there's a pun in this, or if it's just a joke about being spicy. But yeah, no, like, that really is like the litmus test. I ran about at night, ran into a game world, like in Elden Ring. I was on my horse, came up to a point, and a dude on a horse ran up to me and just began fighting. Like a fucking boss was just in the open world. Killed him after several goes, and which I discovered that he only appears at night. After killing him and it was still nighttime, I rode out just a bit further, and something began shooting at me, like a big thing began shooting at me, so I, diverted from it to go around. Like, I'll use these mountains as cover. And then as I was going, I suddenly heard a screech. Looked up as this fucking, like, ragged, fleshy thing unfurled itself from just materialized in the air, unfolded, and wormed its way down like a snake before dropping on the ground in front of me. And with a face like a bird's skull, it began just attacking me as another boss. And it's just like, I am yelling. The game has thrown a nightmare upon me as I'm just out and about in the world, and that happens a lot. On top of all, like, the fun dungeon that you're in, exploring, just going to places you see. And I just lost my mind. It's just fucking great. Like, that's the Elden Ring experience. It's just there, like, it is the ideal open world. There are nightmares everywhere, there are things to see and do, people to talk to and all that. But there's just shit to fight everywhere and shit to find everywhere. It's like a fully fleshed out open world for once. That's a good point, actually. Like, Starfield is out this year. I mean, I know it's like, that's a brand new one, that could be different. But like, even Fallout 4 and stuff, it carries the same general design philosophy for Bethesda open world games. Oh god. Could you imagine a Bethesda game trying to use NFTs? Can you imagine that world? Can you imagine that launch? Can you imagine someone programming an Elder Scrolls 6 NFT? Just like filling it with a script that lets them, like, put a Todd Howard voice clip into everyone's game that plays on loop forever while emptying their NFT wallets just for being sent it. A beautiful world, but beautiful in a horrific way. I should have brought water when we found that. Well, it gives you one so you can get through at least. Get. These were broken on launch, but that's what the modders will fix it. Oh lord. I don't know why that one used twice. Unless like the double with the merge art for when you get to fire two moves one after the other. I like that. You can use a yokai art, and when you pick up your attack string again, you carry off from the last hit you did if you were within a certain window. Yeah, we're not going to beat this on time. Especially because I have just lost where the next fight is. There it is. I don't know where those hits are going. Out of the fire, demon. Well, in their case, they were already playing it. What motivated them to pick it back up again after like more focusing on Apex because Chris got the got the feel for Apex. Is that for the past week apparently for like a limited time, Fortnite has just removed building. Like the central mechanic is based around and gives it its main identity besides being like a giant goulash of IPs wanking in your face. Like, you know, they just took it out. It's just turned off for like plot reasons, and yeah, it has a plot apparently, but it's turned off for plot reasons. So, you know, that gave me reason to want to play it. I had kind of already agreed to try it out again with them at some point because, you know, I joined them for Apex because Apex is the one I'm quite fond of, and it turns out that in Fortnite, when you know. When you take away building, it turns out that I can actually kill people very good when I don't have to worry about them just teleporting up into a newly made tower and, like, delivering sniper rounds at me while I'm trying to build a staircase or a tower to get back up to them. So, you know, managed to win my first ever game of Fortnite in the first set, so there's that. And we, of course, hit second a lot of times in the second stream. I think the mode is now gone. Like, it's now just they put building back on again, and there's suggestions, I guess, that they'll make a no building mode at some point. Once they like gather the player statistics and determine if it's worth it. But if it is, I just realized, why are we still It says acquirable weapons, but have I actually acquired a weapon? No. So it is the luck of the draw, I guess. But yeah, that was basically why they made it more tolerable to play. I still think it's a reprehensibly ugly game, and I am personally disgusted by the giant goulash of IPs and what Epic intends for that to mean and all of it. But when I'm not having to worry about like the fucking building mechanic, it's an okay shooter. Fun enough. For putting tanks in as well was like fucking funny. The tanks are really good. It's like baby's first armor. Bruno Mars. Oh. Bruno Mars is a reprehensible man, and he deserved to be shotgunned the way I did to him. Just as we were cavorting. I should have rechained my deck, but fuck it. Oh, this is a fire one. Fire the fire, asshole. Yeah. Ow, fire. Fire hurt. Ow, get. Yeah, like the second the battle royale became like the moneymaker, they basically just erased Save the World. Like it's not even included in the download now. The download separately if you want to play it, and I think literally no one is playing it. But you know, they kind of literally sold out to Tencent to get the money to make like a giant service game that they could just milk forever. So I guess that's how it goes. Like a lot of the recent changes as well suggest it's probably not doing that well anymore. Like even without like the no building mode, which is for whatever they may say about like plot or whatever, really is just like focus testing, like trying to stealth test a what if we took away like our central mechanic to make it more appealing thing. Even without that, like, what is it? They've added, like, stuff like the slide. They added sliding, and they added the ability to just climb up things by jumping at it and holding the jump button. Which are quite literally how Apex Legends handles both of those. Yeah, like, it has sliding, because it has it from Titanfall, and it has mantling by running at something and jumping and holding the jump button to just scale it. Also from Titanfall. And they've just added both of those in as well for giggles. It's a bit on the nose. I don't know, I get the suggestion that it probably is hard, like far from not being profitable or massive, but it suggests that it's probably shrunk enough either in market share or public consciousness or Epic's insane plans for their own fucking, you know, Fortnite as a content hub, future metaverse, whatever. Like, enough of them to get nervous enough to make these changes. I think that's everything in this chapter. Alright. Okay, look, 2 frost weapons. You have to give one of them to me now. Let's go with you. Like, it's kind of the same as like I viewed it like years ago when I played it. It is a very it's like a very standard shooter outside of its building mechanic, and I was not very fussed on its building mechanic. So removing it is like, sure, fine, but also, you know, your identity now is just that you are the giant IP goulash and, you know, Fortnite memes, and that's it. That's all it's got. I think you find some lead. Ah, okay. It's a weird little man who makes soup. Or wine. Or beans. Mainly soup. Can't believe the red bean washers are acting up. Human beings is just... It's meant to be a human beings joke, I guess, but my first thought is like he's talking about your testicles. He desires to eat your nuts. He's going to wash his beans, and then what will we do? There's the attack, or one of those. It is a bit kinder on scoring than other Platinum games, because, like, what is it? Usually in other ones, like the Wonderful 101, if you got like SSA, it would give you an A rank. It wouldn't give you the S rank. It'd be like, fuck you. At least as far as I remember anyway, it used to be pretty mean-spirited about scoring in that regard. Just to finally finish Naruto, how does this show manage to have a nonsensical element every few episodes? Probably because after a certain point the author was just done and he's just given up long ago. Some of my timeline did say, and granted I don't know enough to know how true it is, but it does make me fucking cackle, did say that Naruto was the Harry Potter of manga. Because the entire point ends up being about Special Boy, who, you know, is an outcast in the world and all that, ends up just reinforcing the status quo of the world because he becomes the most special man in it. And basically just that's it. Instead of like actually changing anything for material better, he just becomes like enforcer of the status quo, I guess. So if you're, you know, if you're right, it probably has less bigotry, maybe, than Harry Potter, but you know. It's probably not surprising then, there's just doing nonsensical shit all the time. more. Yeah, shit. Is there secrets over here? But I know where to go. I'm just checking for secrets. Some of them you just rub your face against the wall and a secret appears. Pardon me. I might be a wee bit quieter because I've leant away from the mic a bit, but that's just because I'm stretching. So my bones to crinkly ash. See? Don't you sass me by showing the minimap and being like, here. That's handy. Ah, fuck, it was hitting me from a distance. Wheel fool. Pardon me.
Nanda?
Okay, but on the boat though. There we go. Backstory of the final villain, who's basically the ninja goddess, is really dumb. You're the ruler of a small kingdom. The enemy country wants to conquer you, has an army at your border. The enemy tells you that your wife that you love very much committed a crime worthy of execution. What do you do? You probably tell them to eat shit because that's clearly a pretense. I don't know. You probably don't just hand her over and then get invaded anyway. Holster your tongue. Fucker. Can I see the... Use Caracas's yokai art. I've been doing that. I guess it's just at the end. Look at his tongue, of course he does. He wants to have that samurai boy bathwater. Of course you execute your wife, because why would the enemy that wants to conquer you ever lie to you? Why do you execute your wife? Send your whole army after her, let arrows rain down on her. Because what else would your army do at this? Not like they need to defend, defend the country. What and why? Please tell me this, like, this small kingdom ended up getting collapsed anyway, because the ruler is clearly too stupid to live. His soldiers and stuff are clearly too stupid to argue with him. Fucking Jesus. Combo. I'm back here, you little monster. And his wife just kills everyone because she's some kind of higher being. Okay. I guess, of course she does. If she's just like some sort of higher being, she's just gonna end your life. This then begs the question of why... Why did he believe the enemy army? If your wife is just some sort of goddess and can do that, why would you believe them? Why wouldn't you just be like, yeah, we got this? I think all humanity. Fuck me, Naruto gets stupid. David got the Shonen Jump app thing to like read One Piece, which I might join him on at some point when I've gone through all their shit. And if Naruto's on there, I might finally like read it myself to see what the fuck happens in it, if I can stick it out that long. Even ones that literally no say in the matter. Wonder, yeah, you know how it is. Clearly, if they have no say in the matter or anything, they're also, complicit. Maybe they don't even know what's going on, doesn't matter, complicit. That's clearly how it works. I don't know why I have this cough in my throat. It feels like something's tickling my throat, I'm not sure why. Yeah, I only have rice though, so it can't be something like... It might just be the talking. Because, just by virtue of the fact that... Thanks, Ghost from mine. Just by virtue of the fact that, what is it? That I only take calls and work where it's absolutely completely necessary. I don't talk and work too much at the moment. Partially because I'm just like, look, if I can explain it to you in like fucking 3 lines, just kind of cope and go with it. And just like figure it out from there. Because we don't need to have a goddamn call every fucking like time you just don't understand basic instructions. Copies of humans back into the world that she rules. Okay, so does that mean all of humanity are now just copies of humans made by this god? And thus there are technically no real humans left? Oh dear. I kinda wish it didn't stagger that hard. It's a little bit nuts. That's a bit fucked up. Yeehaw! She did have 2 sons with the ruler of that kingdom, so I guess 2 half-humans survived. Fair enough, I guess. Me. Have some me. meat. Not that one. Wrong button. These guys don't attack very often, but when they do, it's probably noticeable. Yeah, beam chunk. Oh, he just gives you a heal. Okay. I'll have to keep them for all the situations, right? Get. Ah, a piss rat. Rip.
Nah.
You utter fool. I respect your wit to come up with that on the fly. But also, goddamn you.
Oi.
Oh, is a time limit? Okay, yeah, thanks. These are like the nicest hidden battles though, because they're not hidden. The game just kind of shows you where they are and yells at you to do them as you pass. And the way to unlock them is just rub your face against the wall. I guess the spirit is there. Fucker. Yeah, I'm aware. Come on. Yeah, okay, I know. I saw it happen. I need to go get the big guy. Give me the riches, tofu boy. Balls. Yeah, we know. I will say if they ever did port this to anything but Apple Arcade, they would have to remove that shit because fuck me, come on. You have like expressing extremely little faith in mobile players here. Platinum. Okay, that's super good point that, but it's totally fine. Perish, demon. There. Seeing on the way. Fucking get back. Oh, can you only throw them? Yeah, okay. Oh, he's throwing them up the laser. Yes. Sticker it off his ass. The activation range for these is not. Oh, okay. It's the giant bull spider. Your wife says hello. I think he jumped dodge with an attack. So I think the weasel just acts as like an attack drill actually after it does its thing. That's interesting. Well, it means it would have more tactical uses when you're holding on to in your permanent use set rather than... Oh, it also sprays it out its ass. Excellent. Yeah, it really does, yeah. Fair amount of like the creepiness of spiders is in like they're just eyeball-y in the face with their giant fangs and spooky hair. So a big goofy cartoon cow face does kind of make them it's kind of wacky more than anything. I just realized the beat boy is like a mash one, so you can probably get better stuff out than that masher. I do think this could do with like, I guess the idea is they wanted to keep it simple, probably because it also controls our touchscreen. That's it, touchscreen, but like they could have also done like no, I don't know, maybe it's both, I don't know. Fucker. Yeah,
Oi. ところで
tiny upgraded to junior.
Nanda. Yoshi.
Sass. Welcome back. Is this an ice sword now? I think it is. I think that's two ice swords. It is two ice swords. Beans. Tongue. I don't know if we're going to do all of these, because fuck. What was that? Yokai rolled 5 times. Keep expecting it to add like a drum to that. You know, it's like the do-do. It. Big skeleton face in this smaller, that's fine. I would hope so. I don't think he attacks I think he just throws you like a rice ball to give you health back. But it would be extremely funny if he did. Like, if he was just like he threw a beanball and it just did ultra damage to Oni. Or make them scared for a bit, stun them or something, that'd be very funny. Saw him coming. And the target change didn't take it the way I hoped it would. There we go. That one always gets me. I suppose it's fitting that a drunken style is hard to predict for counters. I didn't even know that would be the timing for the perfect one. I was just dodging because I saw him leaning towards me. Ugh. I think I might just try the next main story quest, because no harm to it. That sure is a lot of content and everything, but I'm also of the mind of like, they're all just like more regular fights against regular dudes. I think I'd rather press on to see more fights. It's just a wee bit like, oh. They're probably pretty expensive, right? The combat system isn't like complex enough, like expressive enough to like really make it worthwhile to, you know, drill in deep and figure shit out. I probably should have seen what if the other one was better or not. Well, there's its Ultima, so there's that. Okay, well, there's that. Yeah, I think this one's just stronger. Rain dance. Let's just make this one super strong and try using it. Death reflection. That's handy. Alright. Who could forget dear Rat Boy? Yeah, let's just see how we do. Oh, this one has spears. Are we gonna get our team member now? Yeah, well, there they are. I sense you are very angry. You are not allowed to be angry in the temple. It is Naginata. Whoop. Hello, Sayo. Whoop. Did I win? Thing about Naruto protecting the status quo. Mangaka always tries to go deep into ethics and always fails. Plus, the antagonists want to improve the world and bring peace with twisted means like mind controlling everyone. Like, there's a discussion about ethics, goes in circles for a bit in the end, and Naruto is like, you don't need to change the world, because I'll stop anything bad from happening. Oh my god, you are right, it is just the Harry Potter of manga. But yeah, no, that is very cringe. It's like, come on, why would you even do it then? If you're just gonna have it be, well, no, maybe nothing should change after all. I know her voice actress, I'm pretty sure. Think. It's not fully a voice, so I can't completely tell, but she sounds familiar. This didn't like light up shiny, which means there must be something over here. There's the shrine there. It's not that. I feel like when it's segmented like this, it is. Yeah, gonna let me see the map. Oh, that's a screenshot button. Oh, that's handy. Like the. I'm not sure what button that is for the Xbox, but it's like the middle button between what would be start and select on like Nintendo controllers, or plus and minus nowadays. There's like a third button, and it's just a dedicated screen. Actually, that must be like the capture button on the Xbox then, actually. Net cutter. That would have been more fitting in like the fucking beach stage we were on. Yeah, there you go. Ironically, I would be better off keeping my fire sword. Well, there's my 30-hit combo. Yeah, that's kind of like the most obvious problem with that philosophy is like, yeah, when you die, what then? It would be deeply funny if he just said something like, ah, well, you see, I don't intend to die ever. And just input a plan to become immortal. You could do something pretty dark with that, actually, where the follow-up series about his son is ultimately trying to release his immortal dad from this hellish status quo enforcing death world he's created. But the sort of person who I guess thinks like ultimate moral good is just maintaining a status quo and stopping the bad actors in a system, probably couldn't be that introspective. Maiden of the Foxfire Shrine. Oh, she just has it.
No, oi! Yoshi.
Now we're we all of a sudden. You know, like it's now blame shared. He can't bust it. Wait a minute, can you bust it? No. Okay. It'd be funny if, like, on the taunting back it also counts as a hit. I just noticed your health bar changes color based on your weapons balance, so that's fun. They're nerfed in Boruto, which sounds really dumb. The only reason to be interested in Boruto is because it could do the real gun thing, where Tomo from Index occasionally appears to save day and creates these rad situations as an OP side character. That's fun. I'm glad there's at least something that does that. I'm eternally annoyed that like Dragon Ball has introduced Beerus, literal god of destruction, who can just annihilate fucking anyone and anything he fucking feels like. And he basically never gets to do anything. He dusts one guy once and it's fucking rad. And that's it. And it's like, you know, instead of doing shit that involves like a screeching child that's meant to be important because haha isn't that funny, you could just do stuff like you could do stuff like you know, have Beerus, you just bring Beerus into the situation and it's like, we just get to see an incredibly rad looking fight as he just completely punks these fucking absolute dipshits. And just, you could use that as a wider point about like how far Goku and Vegeta have to go and all of that. I guess I can't solve the mystery of the rocks just yet. Maybe we need to get Sayo here. Sayo. I'm glad there's usually something that will indulge in having an OP motherfucker show up every now and then for giggles. Not everything needs to be like a perfectly delicately balanced thing where you're always on the back foot. Sometimes you can just have fun by being a complete fucker. You know?
Oi!
Man, are we in this together or not? You're like ping-ponging back and forth here. We're gonna be fighting some big things later on. Hang on. Oh, the fun things you discover. A tiny, tiny shard of glass just glittering in the light on my bed. That must have come off my trousers or off my foot or something. Oh, he's either in the next level or conveniently nearby. Yeah, you bust rocks. No. Okay, he can bust rocks. Good to know. Yeah. It's small enough that I'd feel like a pinprick that would just sting like hell, and then I would realize too like, oh, that's just fucking another little bit of glass. Rock cannot be cut until you find the rock cutter. There is something back at the start. Oh, damn you. Where it has to do, I figure it has to do with that, because that's the only thing that's immediately apparent. Unless, like, if I just run at this, something will pop open. No. I feel like it's something to do with that shrine. I already tried that and it didn't work. You can't even target it, so... Oh, you know, what is it putting these out? It's probably too big. Get over here and attack this knife. Sneaky. I don't know what the trick here is. It must be like you need a specific something for this spot, or you need a specific something for that wee temple. I couldn't tell you what. You can't solve everything with a sword. Listen, sometimes you just need a different sword. It's like how most tools, when you think about it, are really just different kinds of knife. Sometimes it's a knife you can't actually cut. Hang on. That looks like a thing we can use wind for. Are you a wind one? No. Are you a wind one? No. I'll try fire. Oh, damn you the hell. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Don't need a bloody hammer or a bloody axe. It's that old saying, when all you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. When all you have is a sword, everything starts to look like, you know, something you can sword. Little gaps in the fences are gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna get burned walking out. Okay, no, shit. Oh. Ah, that's your trick. Okay, yes, thank you. Oh god, why? Ah, it's a rematch. Out of his model. Yep. 22 hits is only a B. Damn. Yeah, that's a good question. I would have to guess he would just give you, like, something in between. Can you imagine what beef spider meat must be like? Spider beef? Spider beef, I'll go with that. It gives you spider beef. That was another one. Fucking Jesus. My what? Oh, a teleporter. That's nice of them. Really enjoyed Railgun. Every time Tomo appears is great. I think there was the thing where you see the fight between Tomo and Accelerator from Railgun's perspective. That was a big fight in Index. Tomo's the main character in Index. It's a huge struggle, he's constantly in danger of dying. But from Railgun's perspective, he's just beating up the strongest human with his fists and no superpower. That's great. I like that. That kind of perspective flip is extremely funny. From the outside, you don't see any of the internal monologue or the feel for struggle or anything, so it just looks like he's winning effortlessly, and you're just like, what the fuck? You two just team up already. Oh, this will be an angry mountain lady. Yeah, Yamamba. Another regular enemy in Neo 2 in particular. Because to be fair, it's all from the same well, so yeah. Neo was basically this kind of game as well. Same kind of time period and style and everything, although not visual style, but you know. World of yokai and everything. The fuck do you think she means? Oh, you got some iframes in your move there. Boss key.
Ah. Oi, oi. Nanda. Oi. Oi.
She's just telling the story again. I figure, like, the idea is this one will be completed until you get the keys, but who knows? We'll find out when you come back with the key, I guess. Get. Dodging too early. Or just not away, either way. Fucking her last bit of health seemed to hang in there for fucking ever. Really needs. This is a thing that kind of annoyed me about Astral Chain as well, thinking about it. When you launched enemies, like, there wasn't an easy way to come back down if you, like, sent that. Either if you sent them down or they just slipped out of your grasp. You just had to stop all motions and drop half the time. Or just pretty much all the time, actually. Whereas, compare that to something like Devil May Cry, just offhand for example, where one of your moves for when you launch enemies is the ability to immediately spin and slam down, either taking them with you or dropping down ahead of them. Didn't realize that's what I had. I guess he's breathing fire out of his hole. she had the key. Yeah. Fair amount of yokai are just stuff like there was sad old ladies like up in the mountains living by themselves. The societal ooh, that's a skull. It was pretty awkward to aim, actually. Oh, they're all right. He blocked. He did, the cheeky fucker. That did an unholy amount of damage. I'm getting destroyed in the background. Oh, that'll be why. Hello? Oh, the other one jumped in. That's how cool of it. So the one where she does a big wind up, the perfect dodge window is basically the second she just starts swinging, even before she's actually swung. Whereas that one is like the last second of the swing. Oh, it teleported me back. Who on you? I must discover the secret of the skull. That's not really what I wanted to do. Oh, she gives you an attack though. Is there a trick to the skull? Hmm. I can't target it, so maybe it's behind the key door. Also, that's sneaky. I didn't see that up there. That explains that one. Oh, this is the prize corner. Yamumbo. But the wheel is full.
あ
That's a wacky looking one.
そうだ
Kuma Doji, Shusum Doji's usual right hand one. Well, usually, as far as I understand it. Yeehaw. Alright, there's Sayo's weapon. 2 weapons. 3. Yeah, Kuma Burr. Oh, hey. Party member. We did whiff something in that last zone. Probably involving the skull. Outer Void. Yusayo. enhance her shit. That's for 2 weapons up the part I picked from. It's just Chaos Cyclone on them both. I'll just put the other Fire Sword at the time. It's just also Korean dance. Okay, so she has a poison one, or dark, I guess. Yeah, let's use that. Just swap them around. And smoke like malice. You know, tell from his name.
そうだ。
え？あ。
Alright, there we go. Yeah. Ah, bones. It's just skeleton. Skeletons in hell. Skeletons are just pricks, they just yell mean things. Fuck, she does have some range. We have a deck full of skeletons. Random noises. Just clattering them bones. I mean, I can probably guess who our level boss is. He's just sitting over there in the background. This is probably going to be another one that spawns something here in our fight. Just can't see anything immediately on there. I mean, that's pretty suspicious. Tofu boy in hell. Oh, there we go. Skeletons! They just die bomb people. Oh, we better start fighting some mad ranged or armored opponents or something soon, otherwise Sayos is gonna make this a very casual affair. Something hit me there. It really is just the superior weapon, because you can just stroke the air with it and also beat you from a distance. Whirl of Demons agrees with you fully. As it should. I just love this skeleton spam world. All bones all the time. Like a real hell. I don't know where her charge is. I haven't unlocked any of these weapons yet. Their heavy attack. Nope, no, it's good. Wheel then create the ultimate weapon. The bone wheel. Ah, an Oni. Ah, a blue Oni. Ah, a green Oni. Red, blue, green. Be buried in Bone Storm. Yeah, it just kind of comes down to lashing the shit out of them. And burying them in skeletons. There are no parents or children in hell, just predator and prey. So did they raise you, or did they just kind of chase you about and call it raising? I guess hell has an ecosystem, yeah. You've just stolen our bones. Well, there you go, son of Kumadoji. It's gonna be that or brother. How the hell did he ever beat Sayo? Jesus Christ. I guess.
なんだと。
Bria robbing a battlefield, just found a baby and was like, hey, you know what? Fuck it, let's take this too. Regret. Load up on skeletons. Oh, two of them. That's neat. See how I'm trying to get hits in. And I want to like sit down, whoever designed the game, and ask them why they did this. Just kept interrupting you and throwing it. Instead of making it dynamically do it in the corner, you got plenty of green screen real estate to see it. Oh, you're taking the piss.
おい。
I guess the skeletons is how the rangers are. dramatic. A single strike. Alright, door. I guess because they have spears as well, the skeletons have a fair bit of range on them as well. I guess this thing was tagged in me. Seems like it does. Whispers follow curses. If every blow you strike, it has a 50% chance to whisper the word fuck at incoming enemies, throwing off their attack. Finish. I'm getting nice for doing that. Hang on a sec. Alright, speaking of bones though. And being able to sound like yokai attacks with one enemy like that and mash the button while going for it with, like, you know, your other shit. In that way, the game is kind of. That's going on wind. Okay, they do respawn, so. Wait, I have a wind one. It's not charged yet, but I need to burn through these to get to the wind deck. Come on. Is it because I didn't specifically target it, it didn't count? Oh, there's a wind one. There is the gacha dokuro, I think it is. Pronounced. It's something like that, but it basically has a gigantic fucking skeleton. Like a kaiju skeleton, basically. And the idea, if I remember right, basically it gets born out of like extremely hellish battlefields. Enough gore, misery, and suffering, and then it's time for the Boner Lord. He comes, he appears, he's coming to get you. It's a bit different. Yeah, just a bit. You know how hard it is. Picking up a Naginata is like going through, like, you know, full HRT. The One Punch Man chapter came out Thursday. That's good. It's not, is it like... I guess when you say new, it is new and not just like another redo one, is it? I think she actually can't dodge forever, which might be the limiting factor in the game. Like only Mario can just dodge forever. Like I'm holding A to do her like heavy attack, but it doesn't seem to be happening at any point. It's meant to be the spear rush, I guess it just doesn't have it unlocked on it. The tutorial explained it, so it's what you guess you do have it. I guess you do, yeah. The tutorial just tells you ahead of time, probably. Even though it starts her at a level where she doesn't have it? Doesn't seem the wisest to me. Sorry. Fucker. I saw him wind up and everything. Start the second fight that's built up like Boros, but not much happens. So I'm gonna say he's in a bad mood, feels like obliterating the planet, and then the villain shits himself. I guess this dance like around before like the massive set of beatdowns begins, threatening that thing that was suggested that, where it's like if Saitama ever fucking turns against us, like the world is lost basically, because literally no one can step to him. But I'd be surprised if they actually went for that. I'll say, like, it would seem like a bit of a stupid move almost, but to be honest, like, most people would disagree from what I've seen have said about it, but I thought Mob Psycho 100, based on the anime anyway, goes down really stupid paths. Has some good shit in it, of course, there's still really good parts, but it mostly just goes down a stupid path for what the material it made up Season 2 anyway. Probably in the corner. You know, over here in the giant slag fire pile. That or it's the gacha GoPro. No, that looks like a Kumadoji. Feel like I know that voice actor too, but again, because it's only like individual lines, it's hard to tell. Yeah, you're right. When you think Burr, you'd probably think he'd be a giant tanky motherfucker and not like a lanky thing. Yeah. Yeah, you'd think he'd be a giant meat house. I guess. That's a good line. Power and violence are the only currencies here.
これは
Yeah, your day has gone pretty wildly.
お願いします。そこです。こっちです。お願いします。
By the range. He's got a taunt animation, that's funny.
そこです。お願いします。
He doesn't seem to have an element unlike everyone else, so that's interesting. Don't just change targeting on me to a nearby bone pile. Oh, is he out of range?
当たりません。そこです。
It's the kind of sentence that gets you fucking killed. It is. That's a good sentence. Probably because it evokes exactly that. It's the kind of sentence that you just get fucking killed for. And it's time in our 2 weeks, the next chapter will come out. Oh, he's unleashing. These hitboxes are funky for that. Okay, Jesus, steady on. I actually did do more than one hit in the room. Right. Yeah, you know, you can't have 2 characters on screen at once in the mobile game, unfortunately. Do the moves. I'd say go to hell, but, you know. To be continued. Is it going to be continued now? This is one of the Apple Arcade games that like released like a part of it or half of it or whatever first. Snowflower. We have skeletons. Didn't get the red only, weirdly. Pardon me. Oh, okay, you beat everything. Why would you want to reset it? Alright, unlock the rank 7. Okay, so to be continued is that was the chapter end, but I'm not high enough level to do that. Yeah, I saw that. I actually, because I have Apple Arcade, I did download the Apple Arcade version for giggles. And I guess part of the plan basically is just to run through some of the games on Apple Arcade that actually interested me while I have these 3 free months of it. So that was on the list. But the Platinum one came first. I know, actually, yep, I did download Choo Choo Rocket. I also downloaded the inexplicable Castlevania game. They reworked out of a gacha game. They just abandoned the gacha idea, slapped it together as a regular game, and just shoved it on the Apple Arcade for no reason. Out of nowhere. And there was 2 Square Enix. No, it's not 2 Square Enix. There's 1 Square Enix one. Or was there? Was there another Square Enix one I didn't get and I forgot? I said 2 because the other one actually is Fantasian, which is not Square Enix. That's Sakaguchi at Mistwalker. So, technically Square in a sense. It's a Square style because he defined that style. But yeah. We'll be safe from the never playable again after a few years, fit. Fantasian as well is meant to be coming to Switch at some point. Spider Source is left. The Shantae one left Apple Arcade super quick. World Ends Club is also on Switch. Most of them are on PC or Switch and sometimes other consoles as well. Most of the Apple Arcade lineup, it has very few true exclusives. This one is one of the few true exclusives, oddly. So let's do some missions. About Marble Knights, I think. I'll probably have a nosy and see. I just picked all the ones that caught my eye. There's a Square Enix one that's about, it's called Everyday Life or something like that, which has the Bravely Default artist on it. It's nifty. Choo Choo Rocket, Fantasian, Castlevania. There's a puzzle game-ish one that looks like, what do you call that one? That looked like Antichamber, that's it. I forget what it's called. But it looks like Antichamber, I got that one. Because, it's all just free downloads. As long as you have the sub. You might go why don't you just go and check? It's because the iPad is over there trying to be very still to keep the HDMI from being loose. So, I'll just check after, I guess. Make a list of it. I think there was another one I got. Yeah, there's one called Nuts, which is about setting up surveillance cameras on squirrels. Which I know I've seen on other consoles. On consoles and I think also PC. But again, it's here, so I might as well. I'll have another nosy and see if I can do it. But also one I didn't actually download, but is on there, is Monster Hunter Stories 1 Plus. So the original game as a plus version. I didn't download it because it doesn't have fucking controller support, and I thought that was one of the core appeals of Apple Arcade, but quite a few games just don't have fucking like controller support on this platform. And it's just like, why? I thought that was the whole idea, to make developers realize that they can do that now on here. Probably the skulls, yeah, probably. Fuck, I did a ton of damage to him. I guess the trade-off for range that she takes even more damage. Fuck it, bring him in. He's got a nice sword on him. Who did that? Fucking Jesus. He locked on to. Please lock on to the dude in front of me. I'm like hitting the fucking like swap target button and this is not happening. Great, to get up. Yeah, no worries, Hammer. Thanks for calling at lunch and sleep well. Good night. Fucking that's some range. I think her other one, she has a water spear, so I should have brought that actually, but pull it off eventually. We're not rank 7, so we can continue. Curious though. No, there's the red only. Excellent. Okay, apparently she does. Just checking it there. Apparently she does have a charge attack. I just don't know why I'm not able to launch it. Is it like this spear can't do it? Oh, we do have 2 water spears, so might as well go upgrade one of those. I go all the way? No. Fuck it, go wild, see what happens. Reign of pain. remote. What have I done with the TV remote? There it is. I'll break it off this wee second. I just noticed. I just heard rather a ping. There's 10 more episodes of the final fight. 10 episodes of the final fight in Naruto so far, and there are 10 more to go. At least the other episodes so far is the backstory of their antagonists, or sons and grandsons. Fucking hell. I guess technically that is the final fight. I just realized something. I forgot to close the several windows of Chrome I have open. I assume the stream hasn't been shitting itself because no one's mentioned that it's been pretty bad and there's a few drop frames, so I guess it's behaving miraculously despite having a chunk of RAM missing. So but I don't know. Distracted. Started maybe 3 or 4 times over the last 2 hours, but I thought that was on my end. OBS does say it dropped like 306 frames, which is 0.0% of frames. Not enough to be even slightly concerned about. Which is interesting. It means that either the GPU is handling it a lot more now because of OBS updates. Or else it's just the power of the NVIDIA RTX, baby. Or, it really isn't that RAM intensive to begin with, it's all just CPU, GPU after all. But, you know, fair enough. I'll still close all of it next time just to be safe, but yeah. It's behaved itself extremely well, all things considered. Yeah, the CPU is not really doing anything at all, actually, so it is all... The new stuff is all on the GPU, and the GPU is the RTX 3070. The computer is not making... It's like making a very slight noise, it doesn't care, really. So hey, OBS has probably gotten that wee bit better for me. Ah, there's more rewards. Yeah. Get your snow one. Guess while I'm at it, you should go back to like a fire one for variety. Hello, Luigi. You awake now? Coily rubbing your wee box wee nose. Can we solve this? Actually, like, if they have lightning ones, we should put the dark one back on. Yeah. Use an ultima 2 times. Perfect dodge 3 times. One of those is a dark sword. So that's good. I'm gonna guess all the holy weapons are on the other 2 party members. But yeah, like Dragon Ball Z has like an extraordinary amount of chapters and episodes dedicated to just fighting Frieza specifically. But a good, I don't know if most of it, I have to watch it again to see if it's actually most of it, but like great chunks of it are literally just fighting Frieza for his various forms. And it's like, that's perfectly fine, because it's constantly shifting back and forth, like, oh, they have a chance? No, they don't have a chance. Oh, maybe they have a chance? No, they don't have a chance. We're on some trickery. Oh, fuck, it's all lost. Wait, no, it's fine, and then you're on and on until Super Saiyan happens. But, So like really long would be fine, but like the first 8 episodes of 20 just being backstory stuff feels a bit, not just of her, but like also a whole bunch of other people. It's kind of like, that feels like plot spackle. That feels like you're just rushing in a bunch of plot points you probably should have distributed through the rest of the story first. Hello, you just sitting here, you want me to scratch? No, you're leaning away. Oh, you feel very soft at the moment? He's just washed himself. Ice catwalk. I guess, yeah, she's aerial, so she doesn't need to follow them. Or she's range rather, she doesn't need to follow them in the air. She can just keep shooting spear beams after them. I feel like I was a bit far away from that, but kind of a perfect dodge, though I'm not arguing. I'm in range. She basically appeared out of nowhere and basically didn't exist before this fight. So I have to tell you who she even is first. Okay, so it is just plot spackle. It is just, oh fuck, we have to like hurriedly fill in this gap. You wanna make me do this again? God damn you to hell. Well, there's nothing in it, but this because this area is complete, but at least we know. Oh, that's mean. Okay, so basically they're just like, they're just the fire equivalent, but they're just giant blocks of ice. Yuki Onna. So, but you just said this is the final fight, so the final boss has just appeared out of nowhere at the very end, and they're just rushing in everything that she is. Season's greeting. You recognize fast. He has the fire weapon, so fuck it. He has... Oh no, it's the other way around, isn't it? Fire beats wind and ice actually beats fire in this game. Hello, Luigi. Oh, Jesus. Wind beats ice, or whatever. I guess it's technically also water. Hello. You want the bed? Get on the bed if you want. If you want to bring the flag on the bed if you know. There you go. Oh wait, no, it's the chicken from earlier. Yeah, I forgot to give that to you. He's sleeping. I know, I'm shredding chicken for Luigi because I'm not awake and can eat it. Yep, give me a minute. It wouldn't actually shred it, or if it wasn't for the fact that he has only like his front teeth for the dental issue years ago. So I gotta mash it up, make sure none of it's like hard or can like stick in his mouth, and so he can actually chew it anyway. He has little front teeth. Are there others? Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if there's one like nearby, like with you right now. I wonder if that could possibly be possible. I think you don't have one to build the barriers, I guess. Pick up the other one, you prick. I kind of wish that took all of them away. Instead of just a little bit. Because come on now. This one, there's only so much you can do with snow, sure, but I feel like this one kind of loses the ink brush effect a bit on the terrain for the snow and the trees compared to like the forests and hell in the first one.
Hi.
Rare. What an honor. Luigi, stop trying to bury the chicken. It's not how it works, my son. Okay, it's buried. Stop. No one's gonna steal your chicken. Silly kitty bag. Suede anglers.
Hi.
ところで
お願いします。
a second. Oh, there was a board under it. What are you locked on to? Lock on system in this game. What are you locked on to? There we go. It's fine, it's safe, no one is stealing your chicken. Saddle. I buried the chicken using a box. Silly thing. This is Obito, then Madara appears and says, "Haha, this was all according to my plan," and becomes an even more powerful antagonist. Then Black Zetsu, who is Madara's servant, forcibly absorbs Madara and is like, "Haha, this was all according to my plan." And with that, he revives the ninja goddess from thousands of years ago. Madara's least established character is important for the lore, but the goddess is from thousands of years ago, so no one remembered her. Excellent. Why would you have it be an opponent who's actually, like, you know, relevant to them emotionally or, you know, thematically in any way? Why not just make it just some fuck from 1,000 years ago? What was the point, I wonder? I guess the point is, the author was running on fumes and was just kind of like wrapping up because, you know, the alternative is Bleach was just ran on fumes and got effectively cancelled. Because, you know, they grind all of their authors, all the mangaka into fucking dirt on the weekly grind. You know, Gristle and Action, you know, they're learning slowly from, like, especially the successes of the ones on their app, like Chainsaw Man and Spy X Family, which have slower update schedules and shit, that, like Shonen Jump anyway. They're like learning, like, oh hey, if you don't grind them into fucking Gristle, they can actually make incredible works that everyone likes, and we can make, like, you know, adaptations of for money. Shit's gonna have to change. Like, you know, they basically only have, like, as I understand it anyway, basically One Piece is the only one that has just truly survived the weekly grind. Like, the Demon Slayer ended and all that, but apparently the ending is a bit naff. Dr. Stone's ending is apparently just shit house. It's like, just kind of comes out of nowhere and is clearly rushed. Because again, like, the grind murders people and they can't keep doing it. You want to wise up sooner or later. Humor him. Oh, he's actually got like a boss health bar, that's fine. I mean, he hasn't got a boss's stats, but he has a boss health bar. Nice girls front line. Funny thing is, at least on the previous iPad, those notifications aren't even accurate to the things actually finishing. They're just based on a certain timer that goes off but isn't always accurate. Where'd that go? There it is. I wonder if Naruto will at least manage to reduce one more cool fight towards the end, because the only memorable fight of like 650 episodes is Rocky versus Gaara. Oh Jesus, oh that's not good. Whose art dress is like recurring boss fight, bless. But isn't that a fight like relatively early on, or like pretty early on? If it's not sticky at 9, that's not good. That's the only fight that's like actually been interesting this whole time. Like, oof, oof. It's very early on. Oh Jesus! Peaked early on. Oh. I keep forgetting it's the other way around. It's fucking fire. It's like ice speed's fire, and it's also water rather than the other way around. It just doesn't follow exactly, especially because they use the ice symbol for it. Man. That fight is from episode 48 to 50 out of 650. Oh Jesus. So you can get 50 episodes in and then it's all downhill from there. Ow. There is the heavy. Okay, so it only comes off of specific moves. Okay. Battery she's unlocked it now. So it's a yeah?
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, yeah, we know. PM versus Naruto, that one at combo moments, but I think the animations are pretty bad. Is that the one where the dude's face like goes all super jelly and rubbery, like for no fucking reason? Like every time he gets hit, he just like flubbers and whistles through the air like with the wind. Yeah, okay, yeah. That one's like that one is bad enough to be a meme. It's like, look at this animation, and he just gets smacked and just goes. It almost looks like a piss take animation thing, honestly. Big piles of shit. Still not everything. What if it's somebody like that? Last month's Spellmaster came out, which I've been keeping an eye on. What one's Spellmaster? What do you want us to do about this? Because there's the skulls and now there's the will-o-wisp. Signs of its reacting? No, it's just the sign her attack moves. It was partially a gothic-inspired RPG, but you also build and manage a magic academy. Ah. That sounds like a lot. Oh no. It just sucked me into that, fuck me. Ah, the monks. They're a lot bigger, more muscly than fucking Neo. On my fists. All of those was whiffed, I guess. Doing anything? So far, the Steam reviews are mostly negative. Well, and they pretty much all say that the game might be good in future, but right now it's an early access game, so not labeled as such, and as a result, everyone feels kind of scammed. Oh. And that premise was quite promising. I'll blast that little shit.
逃げられませんよ。そこです。今です。お願いします。今です。お願いします。そこです。お願いします。そこです。こっちです。お願いします。逃げられませんよ。そこです。今です。
I guess he's trying to buff our enemies or something? I don't know. He's not doing any effects on me. So weird that the devs wouldn't just release it in early access. Everyone would find the game not being finished and now everyone's pissed. Yeah, that's... That's the thing, like, that doesn't make a lot of sense, no. Because, like, with early access, you can literally release a game that's not finished and... You know, people with that understanding can choose to support it or not, and, you know, will often happily will. With that done, I guess, like, unless the idea is they don't intend to, you know, finish it ever, which is pretty shit. Well, now an actual spider. I thought this one is just the reskin of the other spider.
No.
Ugh. Fuck. What is happening? Stop. Okay, the monk is a heal, so I guess it's a heal bot for the other one. It's a heal off bot. Maybe this thing is just my hit, but it's like it auto targets the fucking pots. Like, don't do that. Why is he even hit? This thing has just way too much health. Lordy. It's almost there. Don't dig, don't dig, don't dig, don't dig. Fucking Jesus. Oh, they put 2 and 2 together.
Ah.
Yes. Version number is 0.8.3.3. It's not even the devs think it's finished. Fucking Jesus. Why didn't they label it early access? It really is only you wouldn't label it early access unless you were thinking like you're not gonna finish it. And thus you didn't want the uproar of like really not finishing an early access game. But then the question is, why would you release it unfinished like this? And just make everyone annoyed anyway. Snow. Now we missed something somewhere, but I'm kind of beyond giving a shit now. This is just kind of like, ugh. Cause it's not like this. The secrets just seem to get you like more weapons and points, which I guess are important, but they don't really feel like it. I just noticed it's called Way of the Warrior. Is this like only like section 1 of the game? Oh no, Gilded Key, that's why. This is the grinding level, is it? Yeah, this is the grinding level. I guess this is the part, because I remember hearing vaguely, I think I already mentioned it, hearing vaguely this was intended to be, you know, like a gacha mobile game thing, and they've just repurposed it as not. It's feeling that way quite a bit. This is like a money grinding stage or whatever, or weapon grinding stage, makes that extremely overt. Mulched. Yeah, maybe I'll actually get interested to continue developing. Yeah, if they do continue developing it, it'll probably turn out pretty good. It's just releasing it this way is a very weird thing to do. It's just setting themselves up for, like, you know, suffering that wasn't needed. It still gave me an S rank for that, so I mean, yeah, they're not grading on like a strict curve like other Platinum games or anything, but still. Yeah, gotta spice it a little bit. Jesus. SSS. I guess it's not a triple S ranking. Oh, they have free level ups. And weapons. Alright. It's now near midnight, so I think that's where I'm gonna call it. I probably should have called it a bit earlier, actually, but it's fine. That was World of Demons. They basically didn't have time or energy to play anything, so I'm still waiting for my stream. Yeah, I figured. From what you've been saying, it sounds like you're going through it. It was a cat flip that wee tissue that had like the fucking chicken on it, so I hope he hasn't just sprayed chicken all over my new carpet. I already need to vacuum this just because from the table being constructed. But yes, thanks for coming out and watching and everything. It's fun to starting the game. Next stream will just be whenever, basically. It's not really like whenever opportunity allows, whenever I'm not doing anything else. So that could be, you know, tomorrow, that could be Friday. The weekends are probably going to be taken by multiplayer stuff. Well, Saturday will be anyway. Sunday probably not so much. Blah, 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 blah. yeah. I think for now I will try continuing it, but already World of Demons is feeling very samey and kind of basic, so we'll see basically. And if given it's just you can't buy it outside of Apple Arcade, like it's literally just if you have a sub, it's a free download. There's no way to pay for it. Given that, I don't really feel committed to finishing it if it's if it doesn't pick up, I guess. I mean, it's kind of neat, but it's also kind of basic. So I guess we'll see how I feel. I'll probably continue it next time. If not, then I'll just pick one of the other Apple Arcade games and we'll crack on with that one. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Good night.